yes, hi, and welcome to the Dark Knight Conspiracies, episode 99. Who you gonna call? It ain't Ghostbusters. Well, how y'all are? I'm glad for you to hear me, I guarantee. Just a little house cleaning. I got a strike this week and a warning from my favorite YouTube channel, and I actually had an episode taken down which coincidentally was 2 years old. So I don't know how much longer this channel will be up, and if you haven't found me on BitChute, you better get there, because it seems like they're going through and catching up on things, because quite frankly, I'm not one of these big names out there with the followings and everything, and if they're gonna start coming after me, it's only a matter of time. So for all you people that listen to me on this channel, you better go find me, because there's a good chance that this one's going away. But I digress. Now, it's been an interesting couple of weeks, and it's like I said before, when I try and grasp onto something, it's like 5 things take its place. So I'm just gonna, a lot has happened over the last 2 weeks, and I'm just gonna cover what I think is important, and I could cover a lot of stuff. So let's get into it. Well, everybody's out there. Durham to the rescue. It's started. We're going to start seeing prosecutions. We're going to start seeing... No! Let me explain to everybody. This is taking place in D.C. 90% left. Everybody's crooked as hell. If you think they're going to prosecute one of your own, I got some swampland in Florida I would like to sell you. This is going nowhere other than we'll see a lot of evidence come out, but nothing's going to happen out of it. The jury's already tainted. One of the jurors happens to have a daughter that Sussman's daughter. They're both on the same crew team. And the judge would not remove that juror. Judge is Obama appointed. Do I need to go any further with this? Nothing is going to come out of this, folks, other than you're going to see a lot of evidence. And you're going to say, oh yeah, we got him. I go back to, who's going to do anything about it? That's right, you hear the crickets. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, because we'll see a lot of facts and information. That, my opinion, this ain't going no. Hey, I could be surprised, but I don't think this is going anywhere. And again, it's we've always heard the military's the last resort. We got to do things by the book. Okay, well, close this book, because this chapter's already been written. So, coming to a city near you, we're starting to see protests now in Iran over the food shortages resulting in this whole Russia-Ukraine thing. Again, we're not being told the truth. In my opinion, I think this thing's already been decided. You got military generals, U.S. military generals meeting with Russian generals already. My opinion is they're discussing terms of surrender. Putin's already won this, but they're not going to tell us that. So as I said, in a couple of videos to watch out for this, because this is coming. Well, it's here. The WHO is going to vote on treaty amendments. Now, everybody's starting to raise the flag. Again, too late. This should have been raised months ago when it was out there, and we wait till the last minute, and all of a sudden it's an issue. Oh, let me explain something. Everybody thinks this is going to be a vote to hand over our sovereignty to the WHO, and that can't happen. You can't have treaties without congressional approval, and Congress has to approve all treaties. I go back to, who's going to stop them? You seeing anybody in Congress speaking out about this? The Jim Jordans, the Matt Gaetz, the Bogerts, Taylor Greene, Howley. You see anybody in Congress raising a red flag over this? Again, let me explain something. Amendment. You can't have an amendment unless something is already there. This was done years ago. And what's the purpose of this? They want to give health powers to the UN, which means they can dictate and say hello to the UN military on a doorstep near you in the near future. But I digress. So let's get into, what amendment are they voting on? Well, we've got a couple. Let's go back to Obama signs executive order allowing military to fight U.S. citizens. Now, this is how they disguise things. The intent of this, according to everybody, and by the way, the fact that this is on Snopes, that I'm showing this to you, tells me if Snopes is saying this is false, it must be true. But, my opinion, I can't prove this. I just put your thinking cap on and do your own research. But anyways, the whole purpose of this was with all these overseas drone strikes of targeting U.S. citizens overseas who may be in cahoots with other governments. Hey, all for it. Traitors, hey, got to get rid of them, right? But this is a lot deeper when you get into this stuff. So this was one. This was another one that was Obama administration signs UN arms trade treaty. Now this was designed to the Second Amendment, getting rid of the Second Amendment. Again, it's all illegal, folks. Oh, you can't do this. You can't. Who's going to stop them? Yep, crickets again. And by the way, 45 got rid of a lot of, reversed a lot of the Obama executive orders. I didn't hear anything about these, did you? I could be wrong. Again, it could have been done in secret. Again, secret. Not telling the American people what's really going on. And, this gets at me like you don't know. Don't worry, devolution's in place. Can you prove it? I'd like to hang my hat on, just sit back. 45's got this. Nope. I don't live life that way. The only way I deal in reality, I deal in what I can see, what I can read, what I can vet, what I think is to be the truth. Which we're living in a day of, we're questioning everything so much essentially we're damaging the truth. Because we can't define it anymore. Even though it's something very simple to define. And I go back to, I don't need, if a tree falls in the woods, I don't need to be there to know that it makes a sound. But people will tell you, well, can you prove it? I guess you'd have to be there to record it, to videotape it, to prove it. You get my point here? At some point, logic and common sense kicks in. You don't need to be there to know that it happened or it's factual. So we'll see how this all plays out. The vote's Monday. They start on Monday. And lo and behold, all of a sudden there's an emergency session being called by the WHO. Over what? Here we go. Plan B of the playbook. Well, we got monkeypox out there, folks. U.S. has 6 cases. Europe has 100. We saw this 2 years ago. Can somebody explain to me how this happens so fast? I can tell you. I could tell you what I think it is. And I can also tell you I have a feeling that all these cases have one common denominator, but I'll let you connect the dots on that. Because I can't prove it and I can't vet it, but it's my opinion. I'm just reporting what's out there, right? I can have an opinion on what's being reported. I'm not making this stuff up. This is what's being reported. But boy, they're on top of this. Sleepy Joe, his Operation Warp Speed, they're all on top of it. Lo and behold. Hello, Pfizer. They got this covered, folks. Don't worry. But you know what? This is so contagious. We're not gonna have for the midterms. You're not gonna be able to go in person. You're gonna have to do everything by mail, folks. So predictable, so predictable. We are screwed. That's. I don't want to be Doomsday Dave here, but oh. And then throw on top, you got the baby formula stuff, you got inflation, you got gas prices. Yeah, I saw an article today that they actually have crews adjusting pumps because they don't have enough digits to cover the fact that this may go over $10 a gallon. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Think about that one. Never thought it would get to this. But I digress. The only thing I can say is they're throwing the kitchen sink at us, and that tells me that they're panicking. They're in a corner. And when you're backed into a corner, you fight like hell. Because they are just not going to surrender. But I think especially with, the crap now, we're looking at a recall in Pennsylvania. I mean, you can't make this shit up, folks. How much you want to bet they drag this on till July to where the supposed winner isn't even going to have time to campaign for the August primary? You see how this works? It's not just one side, folks. It's everybody. This whole thing is our Congress, our elected officials, everything. But there is one person you can call upon, and that is the Lord. And that is how I walk my way of life. I'll leave it in his hands. That is one thing I'm confident on. I can walk out my door and God's got this. I'll go about my life and adjust accordingly to the events that happen. But in the end, he's got it. Now, another thing nobody's paying attention to is this Biden visit to Israel. And most people probably aren't even following this, don't even know what's going on, but Bennett's in trouble. He just lost majority control of his party, which is going to force... I tell you, Israel has more elections. Unbelievable. It's going to force another election, and Netanyahu's coming back to power, folks. He's getting back in the picture. So again, I keep telling you, everything's distractions. Yes, a lot of it is real. It impacts us. You got to pay attention to it. But on the other side of the coin, excuse me, you got to start looking at what's going on elsewhere. It's the magician thing, right? When the right hand's doing one thing, you know the left is doing something else. So you need to go look for what that left hand is doing. Just like this whole Depp Amber Heard thing. What a fiasco. I mean, it is comical, but I'm not spending any time on this. Again, distraction. People are out there saying this whole thing's orchestrated, that it's, you know, a movie again, that this is all planned, whatever. And could very well be. I don't have time. I don't have patience for this. It's irrelevant. That has no impact on my life whatsoever. And we're starting to see the impact on the stock market. 2 straight weeks of losses, and I have a bad feeling if this thing gets under 29, the floodgates are going to open. I'm sorry, under 30, because right now it's right there on the border of 30,000. We could go way back to when Trump took office. Remember when it was only 18,000? Anybody remember that? 18,000. We could go right back to where we started. I think that was a song, right back to where we started from. Good song. Back in the heyday. So, that's the quick show for today. I know the next episode is 100, and I am going to do a UFO special because, quite frankly, I do think, as ridiculous as it sounds, I think it all intertwines in a lot of stuff that is played out throughout the years, and why we're here where we are. And just, it's funny that Congress just had hearings, again, distraction, but was it a distraction, or are they getting us ready for another false flag event? Time will tell. So be patient with me. I got a lot of notes to go through. I got a lot of prep to put this together the way I want to put it together. And I'll apologize if it's not going to be the 100th episode, because I may have to come back on and do another quick show depending on how events are playing out. And right now it's fast and furious. But I'm going to do my best to get this put together and get this out there for you guys. And again, if you haven't found me on BitChute, you better get there, because I don't know how long this channel is going to stay up. So with that, stay strong, stay safe, stay vigilant, be prepared, keep your faith, and until next time, God bless everybody. Zebra 3, take us home.